baseball coach, J.D. Arteaga. Start with an opening statement from you, J.D., and then we'll go into some questions.
It's obviously a great weekend for us. It's a good Duke team, and we fought hard after Friday's game, and to come back yesterday and today. And it was a really group effort, and it's we keep talking about the resiliency of this team and how they welcome adversity and respond to it. They started with our hottest hitter and our best stats-wise hitter, Derek Williams, unable to play. He's kind of aggravated his hand, and we'll running test tomorrow to see what, the long-term issues are going to be. That's, just bad news coming into the day. And knowing that a left-hander on the mound, had a bullpen full of left-handers. He's been our hottest right-handed bat. So the guys responded great, man, and guys picked him up and had big days. So right from the start, Tate, the 2-run home run, and then it's fun to watch a freshman grow up right before our eyes. Really easily the game could have gone sideways quickly there, and he settled in the second, third, fourth inning. Got out of a big jam in the fourth inning, was second, third, and one out, made a big pitch for a fly ball to right, and another freshman throws a guy out trying to score. So it's always great to see those young guys just kind of grow up in front of you and make big plays. So and then Dorian, a big day for Dorian, and people don't. He's not going to say anything, but he was in the back in the AC all day. He's battling the flu pretty bad right now, and then just pumping him with fluids and staying. While he wasn't on the field and not up to bat, he was inside in the air conditioning as much as possible, trying to keep him hydrated. He had a huge day for us, obviously. And Cuvée starting from the bat the way we were hoping and expecting him to do all year, and starting to drive the ball all over the field. So it's all good things, and hopefully it's signs of things to continue to happen.
Going back to Tate, just what he's been able to give you in these two starts all season, and you can speak on AJ as well. These two guys just stepping into the rotation and what they're kind of giving you and your confidence in these two guys.
They're for freshmen, man. They're very thick-skinned, and the game doesn't speed up on them. They don't panic. Both guys have already dealt with issues or not issues, but potential issues, right, where things can get out of hand, and they've responded very well to it. And it's also allowed us to put, Brian Walters into the bullpen to that closer role, which, you love writing that Walters name in that closer spot, man. It makes you feel good, 8th and 9th inning, that the game is going to be over when you have a lead. So, but for the most part, they've been efficient. They've gone, deeper into games, or, done a good job with pitch counts. Both are getting built up, so we can't go too far. Just felt that there was a lot of high-stress pitches for Tate, because right off the bat there were some high-stress pitches, a big fourth inning, high-stress pitches to get out of it. So we thought there was time to go get him there with 2 outs. And, they didn't get the job done, Fisher, but he's been one of our hotter arms coming out of the bullpen. Today wasn't the best day for him, but, Will Smith came in and picked him up right after that, having, strong 2 1/3 innings, whatever it was, and then Walt closing the door.
What do you make of your pitching staff? You touched on roles. Walters to the bullpen, guys will have a big day today. Just to be able to do this mid-season, you guys won the series last weekend too. How difficult is that for a pitching staff to adjust on the fly, and what kind of gives you confidence that that you can do it now? Nick's out.
The best thing about it is those guys are in the bullpen. They're okay with it. They understand how important that role is. And to be honest, that's not the way we wrote it up today. The order we went in. Fisher was supposed to be our setup guy. Where we had Will Smith as our stopper in the middle innings that we got in the jam, or in the 5th or 6th inning or something. So we kind of flip-flopped those two guys' roles, but it worked out at the end. So, but they're just guys that again, they understand how important the bullpen role is. They're older guys. They a lot of games are won and lost in that 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, and whenever we call upon them, they're ready to go.
Can you speak more on the freshmen and the younger talent that you have, and especially the way that you've been able to recruit that type of talent? Michael Torres, Fabio Peralta, Renzo, Evan Tavares, everybody's been playing at that young, quick pace. How do you like that young talent, and how do you like the way that they're speeding up their game?
We're excited about it. We understand that there's some speed bumps that are going to come along with them, but so far they've been really good, Evan had another guy had a big day today and swung the bat. I know he hit the big home run, but he also hit a ball really hard to right field, something he's been working on all week with Chris Dominguez, and it's just, again, fun to watch the work that they put in come into play and work in the game, So it's a good group. It's a special group, and the more at-bats and more pitches they see and more innings they get under their belt, the quicker the development's going to be.
Confidence-wise, how are you building up off of these 2 series wins back-to-back weeks?
It's a great series win. Obviously, that's our goal all the time. But this team is just, I'm telling you, it's different, man. No matter what happens the day before, when we show up the next day, it's like a brand new day. And we're at the top of the mountain every day when we show up, and how it ends, it's, the scoreboard indicates that. But there's no hangover, there's no carryover from one day to the next. And It's something we've been preaching about, being present. Learn from the past. You can't stick there too long. Learn from the past, move on, and be present. Don't look ahead. And this team has done a great job of doing that. And that's part of being resilient. It's every day's a new day, and every day's 0-0. And yesterday's hits don't help you win today. So, and it's a special team.
What are you seeing from Cuvée? You said he's starting to come, obviously he's on this good stretch, 5 game, whatever it is. What are you starting to see that's a little bit different, that is getting results like this?
He's hitting pitches that he should hit. For a long time they was missing and just falling some of those, good pitches to hit and just falling them off. And maybe trying to do too much, maybe getting a little too big, whatever it might be. But he's starting to connect with those pitches. So we need that guy to get hot.
You're at the midway point of the ACC schedule. I know you said the team's doing a good job of resilience. What do you kind of make of your first half, and kind of with just where you guys are at right now with everything moving forward into the second half?
Well, I mean, we played a very tough schedule early and on the road. So a few of those series on the road were tough, except for a handful of games that we got, kicked around pretty good. We were in a lot of those games. Just things didn't go our way. Just like today, I mean, we ran a perfect, man on first base, a perfect drag bunt, and Ogden does a great job of never slowing down around second and goes hard to third base, and their first baseman looks like Josh Allen throwing a perfect pass to the shortstop, catches it, reaches back and tags him out. I mean, it took a perfect play to get us out there, and they did it. In the next half inning, the first guy hits a check swing, perfect bunt. The next guy, right-hander, cues the ball off his bat that ends up being almost like a left-handed slider that Ogden overruns, because the ball's not supposed to do that. There's so many things have kind of gone against us, man, but we've had some big innings because of it early in the season. We did done a good job of kind of settling in and getting out of it and minimizing damage.
And with just going back to Derek, did it happen on that at bat that he came out at going into it, or is he?
Yeah, I mean, that's when that's when it, I guess, aggravated it. It's something he's been dealing with a little bit for a while, but he was hot, so he didn't want to talk about it too much. But yeah, definitely on that swing, he aggravated it again, and we're hoping he maybe can put a good swing after that, but he showed up today, and there was no way.
Disappointment for your lineup, because as you've been mentioning how hot he's been the last time.
I mean, I wouldn't call it disappointment, just another challenge, man. It's another opportunity for somebody else, and move forward, and that's the attitude and the vision that this team has. We feel bad for Derek, but as a team, we move forward and next man up.
And going back to Nick Robert, we got the news that he's done, but was that something he had been dealing with as well, or did it just pop up?
Elbow injuries are kind of funny. Sometimes it's the pain that you can't throw, and sometimes it's more of a command issue because the elbow's just not stable. With him, his stuff was good, his velocity was up and stuff like that, but it just wasn't stable, and explains a lot of his command issues and missing over the plate and stuff like that. And finally, he said something about it, and we looked into it. I fully expected nothing to come out of it. But I was way off. He has a significant bone spur in the area that caused the tear, and it's a matter of time before it goes. So we're going to go ahead and get it fixed.
Anything else?
I just want to ask about, we saw Reese warming up. Is that just to get ready for Tuesday, or are you thinking about moving him to the bullpen?
No, I mean, we'll see. At this point he'll start Tuesday. But had we needed to use him, then it would have been just kind of an opener scenario, a weekday, and just go a couple of guys, 2 innings here and there, and do that. It's about winning every game right now, one game at a time.
Awesome. Justice, you good?
Good.
Cool. Thank you.